There is a quiet path that exists between extremes. It is not the path of endless pleasure, nor is it the path of harsh self-denial. It is the path of balance, a way of living that brings clarity, peace, and lasting strength. In a world that constantly encourages us to choose sides, to chase more, and to move faster, the middle way offers a timeless reminder that true freedom is found not in excess, but in harmony. Many people spend their lives swinging like a pendulum. One day they are consumed by ambition, believing success will finally satisfy them. The next day, they feel exhausted, empty, and ready to give up. Some seek happiness in possessions, while others try to escape life altogether. Yet both extremes lead to suffering, because neither allows the mind to rest. Balance does not mean living without passion or purpose. It means allowing wisdom to guide desire. It means working hard without becoming a prisoner of achievement. It means enjoying life's blessings without becoming attached to them. When the heart is balanced, success does not create arrogance, and failure does not create despair. Inner peace remains steady, despite changing circumstances. Look closely at nature. A tree that bends with the wind survives the storm, while one that refuses to move may break. A river does not struggle against every obstacle. It flows around rocks with patience and quiet strength. Balance is not weakness. It is the highest form of resilience. The mind often creates suffering by clinging to what it wants and resisting what it cannot control. We become anxious about tomorrow and regretful about yesterday. But life only unfolds in the present moment. Every peaceful breath reminds us that this moment is where wisdom begins. When attention returns to the present, fear loses its grip, and clarity slowly appears. The middle way teaches us to observe our thoughts without becoming trapped by them. Thoughts are like clouds passing across the sky. Some are bright, others are dark, but none remain forever. When we stop identifying with every passing thought, we discover a quiet awareness beneath them, a place untouched by worry, anger, or pride. Relationships also flourish through balance. Love without attachment becomes compassion. Speaking without harshness becomes kindness. Listening without judgment becomes understanding. Many conflicts grow because people cling tightly to being right, yet peace often arrives when the need to win is replaced by the willingness to understand. Modern life rewards speed, but wisdom values stillness. Endless notifications, constant comparison, and the pressure to always achieve leave many people restless. The middle way invites us to pause. Silence is not empty. It is where the heart learns to hear itself. Even a few moments of mindful breathing each day can transform the way we respond to challenges. True wealth is not measured by what fills the hands, but by what fills the heart. A balanced person does not measure life by possessions, status, or praise. Instead, they cultivate generosity, patience, gratitude, and compassion. These treasures cannot be stolen by changing circumstances. When anger arises, Balance asks for patience instead of reaction. When desire becomes overwhelming, balance asks for contentment instead of craving. When fear appears, balance asks for awareness instead of panic. Every moment becomes an opportunity to choose wisdom over impulse. The wisdom of the middle way explain how avoiding both indulgence and extreme self-denial leads to inner peace, stability, and a meaningful life. Show why balance is the foundation of lasting happiness. Many people believe happiness comes from having more wealth, more recognition, more comfort, or more control. Others believe peace can only be found by rejecting every pleasure and denying themselves the simple joys of life. Yet both paths often lead to disappointment because they pull the mind toward opposite extremes. One creates endless craving, while the other creates unnecessary hardship. True wisdom lies in neither direction, but in the quiet space between them. A balanced life does not reject success, nor does it become dependent on it. It welcomes comfort without becoming attached and accepts challenges without becoming overwhelmed, like a musician tuning the strings of an instrument. Life becomes beautiful only when there is the right amount of tension, not too loose and not too tight. This balance allows the mind to remain steady whether circumstances improve or become difficult. Success is appreciated without pride, and failure is accepted without despair, instead of chasing every desire or resisting every discomfort. A wise person learns to respond with awareness and moderation. This approach creates a deep sense of stability that cannot be shaken by temporary pleasures or passing hardships. Real happiness is not something waiting in the future, after every desire has been fulfilled. It is discovered in the present through a balanced heart, a clear mind, and the quiet understanding that enough is often more than we realize. Mastering the mind through present awareness. Explore how living in the present moment, observing thoughts without attachment, and practicing mindfulness reduce anxiety, fear, and unnecessary suffering. The human mind is often restless, wandering between memories of the past and worries about the future. It replays old mistakes, imagines problems that have not yet happened, and becomes trapped in endless streams of thought. This constant movement creates anxiety, confusion, and emotional exhaustion. Yet, peace is not found by controlling every thought or forcing the mind to become silent. It begins by gently bringing attention back to the present moment. Every breath offers an opportunity to awaken to what is happening here and now. When we observe our thoughts without judging them or becoming attached to them, we begin to see that they are temporary, like clouds drifting across a clear sky. Some thoughts are pleasant, others are painful, but none remain forever. As this understanding deepens, fear loses its power, and the heart becomes lighter. Mindfulness teaches us to pause before reacting, allowing wisdom to replace impulse. Instead of being carried away by anger, desire, or worry, we learn to respond with calm awareness. This practice does not remove life's challenges, but it changes our relationship with them. A peaceful mind sees difficulties with clarity rather than panic, and opportunities with gratitude rather than greed. Through steady awareness of the present moment, we discover an inner stillness that remains untouched by the changing conditions of the world. Finding balance in relationships and daily life, discuss how compassion, patience, kindness, and understanding create healthier relationships, and how balance helps us respond wisely instead of reacting emotionally. Very relationship reflects the condition of the mind. When the heart is filled with impatience, pride, or attachment, even the smallest disagreement can grow into lasting conflict. But when the mind is balanced, relationships become places of understanding rather than struggle. True harmony begins by listening with full attention instead of preparing a response before another person has finished speaking. Many misunderstandings arise not because people fail to communicate, but because they fail to truly hear one another. A balanced person does not rush to judge, blame, or defend. Instead, they pause, reflect, and choose words that bring clarity instead of confusion. Compassion allows us to see that every person carries invisible burdens, fears, and hopes. Letting go of attachment and embracing contentment describe how releasing excessive desires, expectations, and the need for constant success brings freedom, gratitude, and lasting contentment, regardless of circumstances. Much of human suffering begins with attachment. We become attached to possessions, achievements, relationships, opinions, and even the image we have of ourselves. We believe that if these things remain exactly as we wish, we will always be happy. Yet life is constantly changing. What we gain today may be lost tomorrow, and what brings joy now may eventually fade. When we cling too tightly to what cannot remain the same, disappointment becomes inevitable. Freedom begins not by rejecting the world, but by changing the way we relate to it, walking the path of inner peace. Every day conclude by showing that the middle way is a lifelong practice of mindful choices, self-awareness, and compassion, leading to resilience, wisdom, and a calm, joyful life.